Hello everyone, welcome again. First of all, happy Women's Day. And today's topic of discussion is about the maternity rights. And we have with us Advocate Mehak Ahuja. She will be joining us shortly. She is a practicing advocate in Delhi High Court and Delhi other district courts in Delhi. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hi Ramya. Hey, hi Vidya.
Hi.
It's sounding better. Okay, I'll
Yes,
just
yes,
try to add Mehak. Okay.
yes.
Yes, I've just sent her an invite.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
A very happy Women's Day to everyone who has joined us.
Yes. Hi. Hi Mehak.
Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Women's Day, first of all.
Happy
Yes,
Women's Day.
wishing the same. I am Vidya. She is
Yeah, and
Monica.
I'm Nilufer.
And I'm Meg.
You, you. Yes, Mehak. So let me start off by giving a short introduction about you. Okay, so Advocate Mahek Ahuja, she is currently practicing at Delhi High Court and other district courts in Delhi. She's pursuing her LLM, that is in intellectual property rights, and she also teaches um for the entrance law entrance exam. And she has a she's the founder of the Lawyerpedia, and Lawyerpedia has presence on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So welcome to this session, Mehek. We are very happy to have you with us. It's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It is a pleasure for me too to share such a screen with you and let's discuss about it. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Vidya, can you begin with the first question, please?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we want to understand why was maternity rights first of all imposed and the importance of it.
Yeah, so basically, maternity rights are the paid leaves which a woman is granted during her pregnancy. She can take it like pre-pregnancy period or post-pregnancy period as well. So it will be very strange for you and a fact like India is the 42nd country which is providing the most maternity leaves to the women. It has set the record among all of the countries. Then it was very important to initiate this step by the government and the India, as the India is a developing country, it was first the laws were included in 1961, year 61. Now there have been amendments, which now again they are included in 2017.
Okay, okay. So
Your
earlier,
voice is little, yeah,
okay, is my voice clear?
It's
yeah.
sounding
It is
low,
little
Vidya.
low.
Maybe you speak
Yeah.
a mic location. Yeah.
How about now?
Better.
Yeah, it is perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Okay, could you please tell us more about maternity leaves, when we can take, and how long can it be extended, and what should a woman know how to apply for the maternity leave?
Yes, definitely. See, as a woman, firstly, it is a very challenging in today's society as we are increasing the HR departments and complications and COVID quite difficult because it is already work from home. So the main scenario comes when it is already a work from home, women applying for maternity leave, they faces many issues. So let's discuss about it later now. But starting with what is the maternity leave? Maternity leave is a paid leave which every woman should be granted. Now, there was amendment in 2017. Earlier, as I stated, in 2009, in 1961 year, the paid leaves were only for 3 months. Now the amendment has come. The paid leave is for 6 months. That is the initiative that is done by the government for the welfare of the women.
Right.
And it is for so that they can take care of themselves and the child and do the well-being in a sense.
Okay, so 6 months of maternity leave is across India, right? Every office should be providing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
Every
is a
office is
paid,
provided. Sorry.
and this is a paid maternity leave, right?
Yeah, it is a paid maternity leave which every office is providing. The it should be an organization of a 10 employees or more than that. Otherwise, there are other acts also which regulate the maternity leaves. There are such as acts like ESIA, that is Employee State Assurance Act 1948, which states that every non-seasonal factories are those factories which are only operated during the seasons.
Hmm.
So when there is non-season and women are not getting paid, but at that times also for the well-being and to do the household work, the woman should be getting paid. That is for 6 months only, like as prescribed in the amendments. So we
Okay.
are following that in today's scenario.
Okay, okay. So not just the corporate sector, even the seasonal, where factories
Yeah,
where
even the
seasonal,
seasonal factories, they are regulating it. And it is important also.
Right.
yes.
If
So,
we
ma'am,
come to this
employer,
scenario,
yeah, if employer denies the woman her maternity leave, okay, she asks for it, and then ideally there should not be any discussion around it, but then if she's denied her maternity leave, what then? What should she do?
yeah, it is a very good question, and every woman should be aware of it. Actually, I believe that. So, first, report to your HR department. If you are working in an organization, every organization, it is mandatory to have the HR department. So, report to the HR department. Otherwise, if the HR department is also not helping you, report to the head of the organization. And even if you don't get justice over there, like you're not getting paid or you are denied for the maternity leave, you can always approach the court. The right court to approach is labor court. Labor courts of India, every district have the labor courts. Try approaching that. Now the imprisonment is also very heavy over it. The imprisonment is for 5 years, and the punishment is also 5,000 rupees, which the employer has to bear it.
And
So
what if the woman, will she still be able to, secure her maternity leave in time? Like, say, I am pregnant. For example, I'm pregnant and maybe this is my 6th month. I'm just entering into my third trimester. I approach my organization, I talk to them, and they deny me the maternity leave. I may take it up with HR. Worst case scenario, I'm talking about worst case scenario, and I happen to approach the labor court. Okay, and so it will, as I understand, it will take some time for
yeah,
my hearing to be processed and then a judgment to be made. Of course, the employer may be punished for the wrong things done. But then what about me? How will I still be able to get my maternity leave, or the only option left with me will be to quit right now and then wait for the case to come to a judgment.
yeah, see, that is actually the scenario in today's where women is facing this difficulty. So I would actually like to cover the point by stating it is support which you get from your family, from your parents, and the colleagues working there. You always have a right to protest over this also. You always have a right to go. I'm saying you have a right to protest in a peaceful manner and then go to the higher authority for this. As you said, the higher authority is also not working. You even approach to the courts. Now there are other things also women can apply. Like most of the women who are on maternity leave, they have started their own working businesses. They are operating it very well. Now they can always, if there is a will, there is a wish, like as it is stated. So
Okay. And during maternity leave, they are not supposed to be assigned any work, right?
yeah, it is a paid leave which are they granted, and they are it is a time to sit back and relax, take care of herself and the child. Even on maternity leave, she can apply for the pre-maternity, as you said, on the third trimester, or even after the delivery. Extend it can be extended up to 8 weeks. This is the provision, legally provision, which is provided in the eyes of law.
Okay.
Nilüfer, there's a question. Can you please read it?
I'm not able to see any question with this.
One second, one second. Do we have any laws in place not to terminate any employee during pregnancy or post-delivery once she joins back?
Yes, definitely there is a law. As I stated in the beginning, the Article 42 of Directive State Principle of the Constitution of India states that maternity leave should be granted in every organization. And if the organization is not granting you the leave, then you always have the court, or you can approach, first take the step, I would say go to the HR department, and then always you have a lawyer in hand. Contact a lawyer, approach a court, that is a labor court. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, during pregnancy and post, I mean, once she joins
Yeah,
back.
even during May you can include the pregnancy, extended, then post also it is for 8 weeks, and even prior also, as I stated, that is for 8 weeks. Otherwise, we get pregnancy leave for 6 months. That is after trimester we get leave. But if we still not well, you feel like it depends upon the woman whether she wants the leave or not. But if she thinks she's not fit, she's not mentally fine right now or not physically, then she can always apply and approach to the HR department that I am not fine right now. Please allow me and extend my leave. That is for 8 weeks.
Okay, I just had one question over here, Mehak. So, I want you to confirm my understanding. So, say like, extension of the same question which we got from one of the viewers, stating that like, any issue with the job after they join back or during pregnancy, they cannot be terminated. Then we are talking about like, approaching the houses of justice. Okay, we are talking about like approaching courts and like, looking out for lawyers and other things. So I have this understanding that you can avail a lawyer for yourself without paying anything. That's something that comes under pro
That
bono.
is, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I would like
want you to
to.
elaborate on that a little so that women actually do not hold back with any financial constraints. So if there's any issue, you can definitely not only related to maternity, but anything you can approach, and you have this facility available by the government.
Mhm. Yeah, starting with the first part of the question, like you stated. So I was going through a research and the videos of the new mom only. I found there was a research on motherhood penalty theory, where it is believed that women are not well enough and they cannot pursue the work they were doing it earlier before the baby. So there are many complications which organizations itself assume, which is not actually the truth. Even I think women, in my perspective, women come back with more energy, more enthusiasm to do the work and to resume it back, which she was missing it before. And she is now a superwoman. She's handling her home, she's handling her office, she's handling the kitchen, everything, as we believe. Because as we live in a patriarchy society, she's handling everything and she's doing her best at that scenario. Then coming to your second part of the question, yes, a woman can contest. It is a term contest, which means that you have your own right to contest your filing, where you can approach to the court by yourself. The term is contest. I would like to add upon that. You do not need any lawyer. Also, if you think, you just write down a complaint, give it to the reader, or submit in the police station. The public prosecutor would be higher, or even you can do it, because as we think law is equal and it provides justice to everybody.
Thank you, Mike, for answering this.
Okay.
There is
Before,
another question
yeah,
also that is coming up.
okay. I'm not able to see that question.
Are you able to read it? Yeah,
Yeah, I am able to read it. Do we have
Yeah.
any law in place not terminate Is this the previous one or the new? I think so. This question is being
It's
repeated.
yes. No, no, that is answered. Yeah.
Yeah, that is answered.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next question, Mehak, do you want to cover any other points on maternity leave?
As such, I would think so. Everything is covered except the challenges. Like challenges, I believe it also plays an important role. Like whenever you are doing a step, maternity isn't happy news, but there are some challenges which are being drawn back to it.
Mhm.
So challenges we can discuss over, I think, if audience
Yes,
is
yes.
interested.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, so the challenges is coming to the theory. Also, we could try back to it. The maternity, where the employer thinks is now she will not be able to handle all the clients which he was dealing before. That would affect the environment and that would affect the workload also. Somebody saying you are not audible. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Anincho?
Yes. I mean,
Oh,
which you they are talking about, I don't know whether it is me. Yeah,
you guys are not speaking only.
I'm
no,
able to hear you, Mahek, very clear.
yeah, I can also hear you, Meg.
Yeah.
Where was I? I just got distracted with the comment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you can put up with the question. I would
No, we were
definitely answer
talking
that.
about challenges. Yeah, we were talking about challenges.
Yeah, so coming with the challenges, I think so. There is sometimes family pressure also. Sometimes there is organization pressure, and sometimes women herself take the pressure. Ki,
Mm-hmm.
how will I be able to manage things now? So
Mm-hmm.
everything needs to be settled down. First, your mind, then your soul. Everything would be in right place. I believe that.
Okay. So the next question is, yeah, should the father's name be included? I mean, this is, you know, should be included in all the documents and legal
Rather,
procedures.
should be, is there any law which states that, like,
There,
the father's name has to be included, like, in the child's name? Like,
yeah,
or can it be anything? Like, even the mother's name can be, like, followed by the child's first name, given first name.
yeah.
Yeah. So I believe I would actually like to quote one thing. It is coming into my mind that we live in a patriarchy society. It is in our blood. It is in our roots that only the father is the caretaker of the house. It is only the responsibility of the father to bring food and the responsibility of mother to serve it. So we believe, and
He
this is
doesn't
what
bring
I think
food,
we have
okay, but
seen.
stopping you, he'll bring the raw material to make food. Making food is also
Yeah.
mother's job.
Sorry. Uh,
Okay, it was just a joke. Yeah, you can continue.
I'm sorry, please repeat it. I also want to laugh over that. I somehow.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
said that it's the father's responsibility to bring food, okay, and mother's responsibility to serve it. I just mentioned that it's the father's responsibility to just procure the raw material for food. The mother's
Yeah.
responsibility comes like cleaning, cooking, everything, and then come and serve it. And
Yeah,
I
still the
think
fathers are the best. I don't know why. Even I still believe that everything which is done is because of my father, which I am where I am today. If anybody asks me.
that's nice. That's
But
lovely to
this
hear.
is the psychological fact which I think is we always think that it is the father who's the sole bread earner and then the mother. Uh, I think so. This need to be changed. This is the main issue we are facing. Previously, it was fine in the last generation, but in coming generation, I think so. It is both equal. It should be. I am proud of both my mother and father.
Yes.
Yeah, true. So
Yes.
is there any law or that only the father's name has to be included, like daughter of or son of that? Because most of the
No.
documents only, yeah,
Yeah, that is what I was coming up to. There is no such law. It is only in the legality world which we see on the documentation. The daughter of father of. What if the child doesn't have the father?
yes,
Will they it be blank and they won't write the mother name? So it should be vice versa, which should go in parallel way also. Like whenever you are writing a father name, there should be a column of mother name also.
Right.
Just
Right.
if you see a legal document or any document, I would say it would always be first the father name, then the mother name, but it is never parallel to each other. Father
Yes.
name and mother name. This is
Yeah.
what I think so. We are here to discuss upon, and this is the main issue which we are facing. As the women, we are here and celebrating Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe that's
Right.
the reason we are actually having so much of buzz around Women's Day. Okay, people fail to understand. Some people are just questioning, like, why are you celebrating Women's Day? Why, like, this is not
Why not
equality.
Men's Day actually? They believe like that because we have been celebrating Men's Day. I think so. From how many centuries? I can't even count now.
True.
It's Men's Day, Wednesday, Day, Women
Yeah.
Day, we celebrate.
Yeah. It's
Now the
I hope.
audience also, if they engage, like actually write down and comment down below whoever has wished Women's Day to a woman. I don't think so anyone did except by posting a social media post.
Yes.
Right.
It is just a social media buzz which is created.
Yes.
I believe.
What we really need to understand is that we are talking so much about women's rights because there are many women who are denied those basic rights. Okay, like actually speaking, Vidya, you and me, we are one of the luckiest women in the world today. Okay, because
Yeah.
we have been educated, we have not been denied our basic rights. We have that questioning power. We are empowered. Okay, but then there are lots of women who are not as privileged as we are. So we want to raise our voice and we want to reach out to everyone. Shout till everyone hears you. That's why we are like, giving so much of emphasis to Women's Day. And we are talking
Yeah.
about women's rights.
And that's why you
Yes.
have a great popularity. And whenever, like, when I saw new mom is approaching me, I'm like, yes, I don't want to read what the topic is. It's like they are doing so much better for the society. Now it is our duty to give it back to you. If one step ahead we can do it, then definitely
Yeah.
we will
Thank
try.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Mehak. And yeah, the next question is also related to patriarchy, but yes, is there any law that, that is there any law that says the girl's parents should be bearing the finances of the first child? Usually, this is followed everywhere. Majority of them, yeah, as Nilufer said, we are lucky we didn't face this. Okay, we were there, we took our finances in hand. But there are houses where girl is said that no, your parents are supposed to, bear the finances of first child. The second child will take care. Is there any law like that?
I would like to cross question you over this. Is it
Okay.
only against women or like men are also included in this part? If you have a first woman child, then only you would be giving finances to that, not to the men if the boy is born.
No, no,
No,
This
no.
is
I
the
think
logical
No,
thing
the
I would
question
say.
No, no, the question was to the girl's parents. The girl's parents are bearing the expenses.
Okay, I'll just
So,
reframe it. I'll just reframe it, Mehak. So what Vidya is saying is, irrespective of the gender of the baby being born, we are not talking about the gender of the baby. Okay, usually what is seen throughout India is that, like, okay, the man and woman are like about to have their first baby. Whatever expenses are going to occur for the birth of the baby, right from the hospital charges to maybe even procuring the basic amenities for the baby. It's usually like, said even openly that the girl's parents are supposed to bear those financial, bear those finances. So is there a law which is stating this, or it is again just cooked up patriarchy in society?
I totally believe it is a patriarchy or the myth which is being followed because if we come in the eyes of law, then it is every boy and girl both are equal until the age of 18 years. It clearly specifies that they are minor only. So it doesn't include whether it is a boy or a girl. I believe for all the expenses of boy and child, the parent has to bear the expenses, irrespective whether they are boy or girl. they have to pay for the education. Even they don't have to pay. The government is doing so much. The government is providing free education, providing electricity, giving good schools with basic amenities, providing meals over there so that everyone is educated. So I believe that now the scenario has been changed. It is not like only the girl is to be put fronted. Now even it is done for boys as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming up to
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was saying, even if we believe in today's time, what we are seeing, it is now in the marriages. Earlier, it was only the girl father will bear all the expenses. Now, if we come into the modern scenario, they are having a destination wedding in which they are doing the 50-50% share. The expenses are bared 50%. So I think so things are changing over that, and it is
Yeah.
for better also.
Yeah, we wanted to know, is there any law like girl, see after marriage when the girl when they deliver their first child, a girl is sent to their mother's place, right? So usually in India they are said that the first child's expense, like the doctor's the hospital bills or labor charge, whatever it is said to be spent by girl's parents, the boy's parents, the in-laws. So the boys said that girls' parents should take all the expenses. They should be bearing all the expenses. Is there any law that states this?
No, actually, frankly, there is no such law. If I would say there is not written in any provision. But apart from law, there is called a term customs. Customs is that myth which is being practices over the years and years. By gradually, not in written words, but it becomes a law. Like for example, even in today's, if we go to the villages, it is said women are not allowed to enter the temple during her menstrual time. This is not the law, but we presume it. This is in our mentality. So just like that, it is the woman has to go to her parents' home, that is a maternal home, but there is no such provision. I would actually like to clarify that.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Mahek. There's one question which we
Yeah.
have, which is coming around repetitively. So it's about what about parenting leave for fathers. So we are talking about paternity leave over here.
Yeah, even the fathers, yeah, we actually missed this point. This was a very good point. Even the fathers get parental leave over this. That is for 8 weeks. It is provided in Amendment Act, which I was discussing in 2017. That act says that women get for 6 months, but even the father, that is the extension period after. Woman requires a father more after the pregnancy when she has delivered a baby. So fathers can obviously apply, and that is the paid leave which fathers get.
How
So
much?
up to
How
eight
many
weeks.
days?
That is for 8 weeks.
How
Eight
many
weeks.
days?
That is
8 weeks.
2 months.
Okay.
8 weeks.
I
That is
don't
2 months.
think I
Completely
don't think any
Next 2 months.
father was given that.
practiced anywhere. I'm sure about this.
Yeah.
This is not being practiced anywhere. Wow, this is so
Anywhere.
amazing. Like this is
Yes.
something
It,
that I completely had no idea about.
Me too.
it is in the amendment. If we go through the amendment, most of the father doesn't actually want to stay at home and do all the work for
That's
the
a
baby.
different question. But if they are entitled to 8 weeks
Yeah.
of leave, so it
Who with educated
like
people are taking leaves. They see even the HR department in the organization where the organization is more than 50. Like I won't name the organizations, but I have real examples who have been sitting back and getting paid leaves for that.
wow, this is
Okay.
There
amazing.
are
That is news.
organizations which are
That is
As
news
far as
practicing.
for
I
us.
am aware, no, as far as I am aware, or I have worked in like say
Yeah,
five.
Virat took up parenting leave. One of our viewer mentioned it.
Yeah, but
Virat Kohli, he means.
parental leave, paternity leave is in place, okay, but this 8 week has come
Yes.
as a shock to me, okay. So because in the previous organizations wherein I was working, there was paternity leave, but it was limited, I think, to just like 1 week or something. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
it
8 days, I
is
guess.
literally so.
Only some 8 days.
Yeah, it is
Um,
written clearly in the leave policies of the organization that you are entitled to 1 week of paternity leave. And if it is 8 weeks and organizations are not providing that, then that's something that's a completely different story altogether.
Yes,
It actually
yes.
depends upon the organization also, but if we go by legality and if you want to counter the organization, then it is up to 8 weeks. Up to what is there. Now it depends upon the organization how much leave whether they want to give to the boy and male
Okay,
of
so
the family.
we cannot
But
really
up to
take legal action
there is
against women.
always a loophole in the law if we go. If
Yeah.
so, it can be amended. That is what.
Okay,
But still,
that's
it is an
interesting.
But
Yeah.
that is a shocking fact for you guys, I think. So you are like, why did our husband did not get leave? Let's
yeah,
see the organization.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That is
have one
true.
question about the maternity leave. Maybe like, we can end our discussion with this
Yes,
question if Vidya does not have any more questions. So, it
yeah.
just strike me that maternity leave of 6 months is definitely like, available to the woman. Now, this is in case of how many pregnancies? Like she got pregnant the first time, she availed 6 months of maternity leave. She's still working with the same organization and she gets pregnant for the second time. She can still get that 6 month maternity leave. Is there any limit on the number of children for whom she can get this paid maternity leave, or is it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a number. For two child, you get 6 months maternity leave. Now, I would actually not mention the like the how much days were there in the third, but there are definitely less days than in the previous like two children.
okay, okay,
There is a less days because government also promotes you should have two.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Max. It was real
Yes.
pleasure talking to you, and so much of good information flew over in this session, and it was like, really awesome. Thank you so much for taking out time
Thank
and
you so
joining
much.
us
Thank
today.
you so
It
much
was
having me on board. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.